Welcome.
Hello,
to
everyone.
Phase 4 of the Indomitus Coast to Coast Challenge. A challenge, a challenge between me and him. East Coast, West Coast. Phase 4 is canoptic scarabs painted as fast as we can paint them. And you want to go first? So for the two people watching this, we painted 5 out of the 6 scarabs as quickly as possible.
Let me start that over again. Share screen. Photos. That's what I'm talking about. How's that? You see that?
Yep.
Beautiful, aren't they?
They look like blue cockroaches.
They're amazing, aren't they?
Fantastic. What made you use blue?
I wanted to do something different this time. It wasn't really, well, Chris actually, a housemate for those who don't know, is just like, yeah, they're all silver, but they're like scarabs, and scarabs have like iridescentness. So you should paint them iridescent.
Good point.
And I'm like, you've got an amazing point there. I will find a way to try to make them iridescent.
That's a very good point.
And I think that I got the photos don't actually do them very much justice at all, because you move it a little bit and it gets that weird sheen, right?
What paint did you use?
I used the my standard silver, my super silver, that Vallejo matte chrome, or no, aluminum, semi-matte aluminum. And a layer of Calth Air blue, and the piece de resistance is the Green Stuff World's metal filter blue interference. Nice. That's the one that really made the colors shift. I didn't think that I could really get a good base in that amount of time. It was 1 hour and 50 minutes.
Whoa.
Well, nice. See, I burned I used a hair dryer on every single layer, and I ended up overheating the circuit box, and the whole thing shut down, and it didn't even trip the breakers. It's just like, it's too fucking hot, I'm stopping.
Wow.
Because I had like every single electrical anything in this room on at the time. That's what happened that one night when I stopped broadcasting.
Oh, I was like, is there more?
There was supposed to be more.
Because I was painting at the same time you were, and you're like, okay, see ya.
I didn't even get to say see ya. It just left. It turned off everything. It turned off the lights. It turned off the router. The only reason it seemed like it was still running because my laptop has a battery. But I'm like, I'm in the dark now. What the fuck is going on here?
Funny.
It was pretty funny.
What's the green color?
The green is still Tesseract Glow. I think I might have got a little too close. I mean, that looks really good right there. I like this one. But if we zoom in, it starts to pixelate and it doesn't look great.
No, that's fine.
Ooh, those are really good though. So I didn't know what to do with the base. That last thing was gonna make me lose again if I did it. So it was an idea. It seemed like it was gonna be an okay idea, but I'm like, I don't have that much time. Dirt. They're on dirt. They're dirty. That's not the best picture ever, but I got in a tizzy and I needed to move fast because I was like, argh! I just got this sudden weird bout of frustration out of nowhere, and I just had to go. I just had to do it. I had to do it. So yeah, the glow part of the Tesseract Glow could be a little glowier instead of a little tintier. But you know, what are you gonna do? So that's what I got.
Not too bad.
And I think I'm gonna break the tie.
We'll find out. All right, stop your share. I will share mine. Here we go. Share screen. Share screen. Share. Do you see my folder?
Yes.
Hey, I'm getting better at this. All right. So, oops. And it sends it off to a different screen. I'll be right back. All right, I can send us to the other screen and then. Okay, so this is what they're supposed to look like.
Yeah, that's the intention.
Mine don't look anything like that.
Nobody's ever does.
Those
Nobody cares about scarabs. Ah, look at that. You got a little.
Some of my bases, and I could, the one I used for the spares box that I used for the where I got like the Colonial Viper Battlestar Galactica landing gear. Yeah, I couldn't find that box. So I had to pull from junk. So the scarabs, excuse me, the scarabs are part of the Necrons who were buried below for centuries and come up. So the earth is cracked and charred and
excellent
and dirty and dusty. So I spent hours on my bases just because I figured I'm not going to watch any YouTube videos. I'll listen to audiobooks or I'll listen to a podcast or something. So I didn't take my eyes away while I was working, but I just kept working on the bases. So this is what I call the gun set. It started out with a piece of gun, a gun from, I think it's from Dust Tactics or something. It's a soft rubber. It's horrible.
From what?
A game called Dust Tactics.
Oh.
It's a alternate World War II. It's always on sale at Miniature Market. And I bought one and it's soft plastic. So I base coated it, put on some of the Mordor Earth. I don't think it's called Mordor Earth. But it's a Games Workshop.
It might be. They do make a Lord of the Rings game.
That's true. But it's a crackle paint so I use that for my things. I just did a little dry brushing on the gun, on the things, and the one dude has a red eye for
well, he's the sergeant.
For the hell of it, yeah. The color is metallic blue on the legs, not showing up on these. There is a possibility I forgot to paint the legs on this one. Oops. The Tesseract gold over gray, or Tesseract glow over gray for the top side, and a little bit of daisy yellow, and then just Tesseract gold or Tesseract glow for the eyeball. I didn't put any daisy yellow on the eyeballs. That's the gun guy. Another view of the gun. I didn't realize. I think I zoomed in too much because these are a little more of the base.
You love that gun one.
That's blurry. I thought I went through and fixed them. So this is the base I called the pipe. One of my little dabbers and some brush covers. And unfortunately, they didn't dry straight because I used original Gorilla Glue. So it skewed the pipes. So rather than one pipe, there was turned into a broken pipe. And
I see. That's good.
Scarabs on some rusty, tarnished, like bronze. You know how bronze turns green, like the Statue of Liberty?
Copper.
That's the color I was going for the pipe. And I ran out of time. I'm pointing like an idiot. You can't see. I ran out of time. This was going to be another pipe, but I was like, oh shit, I'm speed painting. Especially when you were like, oh, I'm almost done. And I was like, still doing bases at 2 hours. The another view of the scarabs, the pipe scarabs.
See, that's where I'm losing the imagination. I'm not doing anything cool with these bases.
And the blue on their legs is not showing. It's just not showing up. It's different than the back, but it's the blue tint's not showing.
What were you using?
Ammo, Warhead Blue, I think. This one shows it a little bit. You can see.
Yeah, there it is. That's very nice.
It was. I think it might be the lighting. And then like Eons of Battle says, you need to take your pictures of your models where you paint them, because that's the light that you painted the colors in.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I didn't think of that. I mean, I always do, but I didn't even think of it that way.
And sure enough, the blue was coming out in the pictures where I took them, where I painted, because you can see my. But then where I took them to photograph, it's a different light. So, yep.
Oops.
That's okay. I can see the blue. Tesseract glow, cracker.
Excellent.
This is the flat guys. They were just, this is the skull base.
Oh, look at that. Oh, I should have put some skulls on it. I didn't even think of it. Oh, that must be an orc.
Is it? I have no idea.
You know, I mean, who else has giant ass bottom tusks like that?
Encino Man. And then yeah, little daisy highlight.
I dig it. Ooh.
And then
nice.
the undersides are painted, because I didn't know how steep an angle. Like I for the when we do that last one, I'm going to fill in the holes. But since it was a speed paint, and I'm glad you told me how much, because I was figuring an hour per model, like I did with the Necrons, and yeah, and then you were like, oh yeah, I'm done. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure if I had been anywhere near imaginative with the bases, it would have been.
Well, that's where the final the sixth one. That's why I planned it, so that we saved the sixth one. And then I did the Tesseract for the underbelly glow. And I don't know jack about. I tried to look at some lore on the scarabs, and there isn't a lot, and there's not even a lot of pictures out there.
Virtually none. Nobody cares about them.
I call this one the wand, and it seems to be a pretty good unit. I mean, you can use them to flood your opponent, but this guy's
they fall under fast attack, which means they can move. I don't know if they can take objectives though, so that might be one of the bigger problems.
Oh, they can run.
And also, if they're not fast enough, they might get blown away before they reach whoever they're supposed to fuck with. If their movement is like 8 inches or less, they might not make it.
He's climbing up. And it took me 3 hours and 40 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can take a picture of the screen. I still got the timer up if you want.
Oh, I believe you.
1 hour 50.
1 hour 50 versus 3 hours and 40. Fantastic.
Speed. I was thinking speed. How can I do this quickly? I can do it this way.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's good.
All right. What challenge is next, my man?
Challenge is 1 Death Guard Ancient with a element of diorama.
Perhaps you mean Blade Guard Ancient.
What did I say?
Death Guard.
Is there a difference?
Yes.
Okay, so 1 Blade Guard Ancient with a bit of a diorama element.
I do have several ideas about the dioramic portion of the event.
Did you hit up miniature market? Because mine's coming from them.
No, it turns out nobody's gonna watch this. I'll say it. I've been gifted stuff I don't want, so I can kit bash the shit out of it.
Excellent. Because like my spares box, that arm just came from something that was $5.49 at miniature market. It did come with a play mat and some obstacles, so I'm actually going to use the terrain, but those figures were horrendous, and they're gone. So that's our next challenge. Where can they see your stuff?
They can see my shit at Super Macho Jedi Knight on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and in fact, YouTube, because I completely blanked there.
And I'm Plastic Hobbies on all those, on Discord, I think too, and on OnlyFans, Sexy Nurse 69. So we'll see you in a couple of weeks for the.
I bet you $30. I don't know where I got that number, that there is in fact the Sexy Nurse 69 on OnlyFans.
There
I
probably
can
is.
guarantee it. Let's go find out.
There probably is, and we're gonna end before we do that.